Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel all about engineering. Hope you all are doing fine. So today we'll continue the chapter basic concepts for the subject network theory. So let's start with the lecture. Uh, First and foremost, in the network theory there are two scenarios. The scenarios are: first is in the presence of active sources and in the absence of active sources. The whole network theory can be divided primarily into these two categories: in presence of active sources, in absence of active sources. Now, as far as in the presence of active sources are concerned, how the elements behave. The elements like R, L and C, which are passive, all three elements R, L, C absorb energy. That is, current will enter into them. In this scenario, current will enter into the positive and leave from the negative as far as R, L, C all are concerned. The second case is in the absence of active sources. In the absence of active sources, the energy storage elements, which are nothing but the L and C, deliver energy. But R does the same job as in this scenario, that is first scenario. It again absorbs energy. Now, as far as active sources are concerned, what are active sources? So, an active source is nothing but the source which delivers net amount of energy to the outside world. If it doesn't deliver a net amount of energy to the outside world, it is called a passive element, which are nothing but R, L and C. So this is a simple definition of the active and passive elements which are there in the network theory. In the simple terms, we can think about an active element as a voltage source, independent voltage source, independent current source, etc. So these were the two major primary categories of the two scenarios in the network theory. Next, we'll move on to the questions like what is the network and what is the circuit. A lot of students may have a question here that what is a network, what is a circuit? So here is the answer. A circuit is nothing but a loop or a mesh. Any simple thing which forms a closed loop can be termed as a circuit. And network, interconnection of such circuits altogether forms a network. So in a simple term, we can take an example of rooms in a building, where the rooms can be termed as a circuit, while whole building can be termed as a network. The rooms put together forms a building. Circuits put together forms a networks. So if a current starts from a particular point and goes through some elements and comes back again at the same point, then it forms a closed loop and it is called a circuit. So this is what a simple explanation of the network and circuit. Now let's move on to some important formulas related to the R, L and C as far as competitive exams are concerned. So they have written some very simple formulas, which are very basic formulas, which we can use while solving the numericals. First and foremost is the V is equal to Ri. This is nothing but the Ohm's law, as was discussed in the previous lecture. This is a simple formula which is used almost everywhere. The second one is the I is equal to G into V, that is G, where G is nothing but the conductance. It is the inverse of the resistance. This formula is not that much used, but this, as a student and who is studying network theory, should take care of. Next one is the power. P is equal to V square by R. Also, P is equal to I square R. If voltage is given, then V square by R. Current is there, then I square into R. This formula is used in many of the numericals. One numerical will solve regarding this in the coming time. Next is the V. Voltage is equal to L di by dt, which is, this formula is derived from the Faraday's law. And if you have to find the current from this, then we have to just integrate this, where I is equal to nothing but 1 by L integration of minus infinity to t V into dt. And energy in case of inductor is given by half Li square. W is equal to half Li square. Now same above formula in terms of capacitance, if we put down, then it will be I. V is interchanged with I is equal to C dV by dt. I is changed by V, L is changed by C. And vice versa in case of V. V is equal to 1 by C integration of from minus infinity to T I dt. So these were some important formulas which are very basic as far as numerical solving is concerned, as far as the network theory is concerned. So at this point of time, let us solve a numerical based on one of the formulas here so that it will be more clear of how these formulas can be used in the numericals. So yeah, this is the numerical. This is a very simple numerical. I will explain it very easily and it will be very easy for you to infer it. The question goes like, when a resistor R connected to a current source, it consumes a power of 18 watts. Means I have drawn a figure for this. Resistor R is connected to a current source. We don't know the value of the current source. Let's assume it is an X amperes. Now they have told that the power taken consumed by a resistor in this case, in this particular case, when current source is connected, is nothing but 18 watts. So as I discussed in previously, that I square R is nothing but a formula for power, so which is nothing but 18 watts here. This is one thing. Second thing they have given is, when same resistance is connected to a voltage source having same magnitude as the current source. Now here is the catch. What they have given is that magnitude of the voltage source and current source are same. So in the second scenario, they have taken a voltage source having the same magnitude as the current source. The power absorbed is 4.5 watt by the resistor is 4.5 watt. So the power formula in case of the voltage source is nothing but V square by R. Now I have written here X. Why I have written X? Because they have mentioned here that the voltage source has the same magnitude, same value as the current source. So let us assume it as X. Both are same. So X volts. So X square by R is equal to nothing but 4.5 watt. So these are the primary things what they have given. Now what they have asked is, they have asked the magnitude of the current source and the value of R. They have asked magnitude of the current source, which is nothing but X, they have asked, and the value of R they have asked. Resistance, what is the value of the resistance, they have asked. So at this point of time, we have two equations and two unknowns, and we all know that two equations and two unknowns, we can solve it easily by mathematics. So what we will do is, we will substitute the value of X square from here into this equation. Substitute the value of X square from this equation into this. So this goes like 4.5 into R. Into R is nothing but 18 watts. So from here, R square is nothing but 180 by 45, which is nothing but R is equal to 2 ohms. So this is a simple mathematics, very easy to calculate. So we have found out the value of R here, which is 2 ohms. We can substitute this value of R here and find out the value of X, which is nothing but 3 amps. In any equation we can substitute the value of R, we can find out the value of X. So the value of X is nothing but 3 amperes. So at this point of time, we have completed the numerical. The magnitude of the current source is nothing but 3 amps, and the value of R is nothing but 2 ohms. So this was a simple numerical which used the power formula, a simple power formula. So in the coming lectures, I will be taking you through the KCL, KVL, some important definitions, and so on. So it will be very easy and very much fun to learn the concepts. And I hope you understand this numerical. Thank you.